guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am here to share with you my newborn must-haves. If you've been following along, you might already know, but if you're new around here, I have a just over 3-month-old baby girl, and her name is Stella Noel. She is just the light of my life. And so I wanted to share with you guys the products that I found absolutely crucial, essential, could not have lived without in the first 2 months during the newborn stage. And yeah, pass along what worked for me, so hopefully it can help make your time with a newborn a little easier. I know these videos were super helpful to me while I was pregnant and, you know, building my registry, figuring out what I actually needed for baby. There is a whole lot of stuff on the market for moms and babies nowadays, and a whole lot of it isn't actually necessary, but there are a few crucial things that 100%, in my opinion at least, were definitely worth the money. And I, could not have lived or would not have wanted to live without in those first 2 months. So I guess I should kind of clarify a little bit. You could totally have a baby without a majority of all of this stuff. And I'm also not going to be talking about obvious things like, you know, diapers and wipes and all that stuff. So that is a given. But these are the things that as a mom made the crazy difficult, you know, especially first time newborn stage for me, a heck of a lot easier, and I wouldn't have wanted to do it without them. So I really did try and keep this video to the items that I couldn't imagine having gone through that stage without. So without further ado, I'm going to start with the one thing that I don't have here to lift into the frame because it's huge, and that is the Halo Bassinet. This is a bassinet that you put next to your bedside that you're actually able to swivel into your bed with you. My husband and I, we knew two things: that we wanted to do a close attachment style parenting, but that co-sleeping was not for us. We just didn't feel comfortable with it, but we absolutely loved the idea of having baby close with us, so it was also a no-brainer that we would have baby in the room with us. I believe the AAP recommends that newborns or babies sleep in your room for the first year, so yeah, like I said, it was a no-brainer that she would be in our room. There are a lot of bassinet and co-sleeper options out available on the market, and the reason that we absolutely loved the bassinet is because of that swivel feature. So I don't have to get out of bed at all in the middle of the night to feed her, to change her, to soothe her, put her pacifier back in, what have you. I just swivel her into the bed. You know, I sit up, I swivel her in, you know, pull her out, hand her to Miles to change her, I feed her, and then put her back in. And especially during that newborn stage when you're waking up frequently throughout the night, and we were actually told by our pediatrician to wake up, you know, on the dot every 3 hours to make sure she ate because she was a very tiny baby. So yeah, having to wake up every 3 hours throughout the night and then have a new baby who isn't really quite used to, you know, putting themselves back to sleep again. You don't want to be getting up and out of bed. It's, you know, cold. You want to stay in your nice cozy bed. So having a bassinet that just pulls into bed is priceless. I mean, it is absolutely priceless. Making those midnight wake ups a little bit easier and comfortable for everyone is worth its weight in gold. I also did quickly want to mention, I forget exactly what they're called. I think the base level is called the Essentia, and then the second level up is the Deluxe. I did get the Deluxe one that comes with the like vibrate and sound box thing, and I wasn't exactly sure how often I would use that, but and I thought I would probably end up not, but I used it a lot more than I thought I would. So especially the vibrate feature. If she was just kind of really, you know, fussing and not wanting to settle, but, you know, I'd fed her and I'd, you know, bopped her around and tried to do everything that I could to make her feel better. Sometimes as a last-ditch effort, we would just lay her in her bassinet and use the vibrate feature, and she loved it. So yeah, I definitely loved that. It also has a sound feature that makes, I think it has like white noise, a couple of songs to play, and yeah, so we don't use those features as much anymore now that she's out of that newborn stage, but we definitely use them a lot more than I thought I was going to in that newborn stage. So if you're kind of trying to decide between which level of the bassinet to get, I do recommend upgrading. I think it is worth it for that price, and again, anything to make that newborn super brand new baby period a little bit easier, yeah, I would go for it. I will also say another feature that I didn't expect to like as much as I did on that bassinet was the bar that bends down with your arms, so it's easier to scoop the baby out of the bassinet. I kind of just took it for granted because this is my first child and we've used nothing but the Halo Bassinet, and so I just kind of took it for granted how easy it was to, you know, get my arms in there and scoop her up. And we actually went away for the weekend after Christmas and used a pack and play while we were traveling. And it was so much harder getting her out of that pack and play, even though it was, you know, raised up to the bassinet level of the pack and play. Those hard bars, the sides, not going down, really like hurt your forearms, and it made it a lot more difficult to pick her up. So that's another feature about the bassinet that I super loved. So it is a pricey bassinet, but in my opinion, it is absolutely worth it because it just makes those midnight, overnight wake-ups so much easier for everyone. All right, the next thing I have to share with you guys is my diaper bag. And I actually did make an entire video walking through this diaper bag and what I keep in here on this channel, so I'll link that in the description box or up in the cards for you guys. And because of that, I'm not going to go too much into detail about this diaper bag, but this is the Jujubee BFF, and in my opinion, it is the absolute best diaper bag on the market. It is so perfectly designed. It has, you know, pockets for everything. I can find anything I need in my diaper bag in under 10 seconds, and it is compact, but still fits an incredible amount of stuff in the diaper bag. I have so much stuff jam-packed in here, but like I said, I can get to anything that I need in like, you know, 0 seconds flat. So super love that. Also love that it has both the diaper bag and over-the-shoulder options, and as well as a handlebar on top. I use all three interchangeably depending on my needs, and it just makes it really easy to carry around. I love this diaper bag and recommend it to anyone. The next couple of things I have to share with you are both the Boppy pillow and the Boppy lounger. So I'm going to talk about the Boppy pillow first. I can't imagine I have to say too much about this. Everyone and their mother knows what a Boppy is. It's been around since the 70s apparently, which I didn't know, but it is a breastfeeding pillow, and you can put it around your waist like this to hold baby, and kind of, you know, especially when they're super tiny, it lifts them up closer to the chest and makes breastfeeding a whole lot easier. And when you're trying to figure out the latch, especially if it's your first kid like it was with me, it made it a whole lot easier for me to like get her into the right position without having to solely rely on just holding her. I could kind of, you know, prop her into the pillow nicely, and it made figuring out breastfeeding a whole lot easier. I do actually have two Boppy pillows, and I keep one downstairs in my bedroom, and I keep one upstairs in the nursery with this glider, because those are the two places that I feed her. So like I said, I have one in my bedroom that's propped up against the Halo Bassinet at all times, so when I wake up, I can just easily pull the Boppy into bed, pull baby into bed, and feed her, change her, and put her back, and it's just a dream. It's so convenient. And like I said, I also have one up in the nursery. So during the day when I'm doing feedings in the nursery, I have the Boppy already up here and ready to go as well. I don't have to, you know, tote it back and forth between my two nursing stations. So I have found that to be super convenient. So if that's within your budget, I definitely recommend doing that. It makes it a whole lot easier. And we're going on 3+ months at the moment, and I'm still using a Boppy to feed her. It's still super convenient and comfy for both of us, and I don't see us stopping anytime soon. And then the Boppy lounger is also amazing. So while the Boppy pillow can kind of grow with your baby and you can eventually prop them on it and use it for tummy time, I definitely also recommend getting a Boppy lounger. Ours is a little dirty, need to kind of vacuum it out, it seems, but I got this instead of getting the what's it called? The DockATot. So the DockATot is like a $200 Boppy lounger, basically, in my opinion. It's advertised as a co-sleeper, although it's not recommended by the AAP. And I'm pretty sure that's why everyone loves the DockATot, is for sleeping. But I knew I wasn't going to be using a dock or a lounger like this for sleeping. I just wanted a comfy place to be able to plop my baby when I needed to do something and I couldn't hold her. So when I'm making myself breakfast or lunch, when I'm, you know, in the bathroom, when I'm, you know, cleaning up or just doing whatever I needed to do, I wanted to have a nice comfy place to plop her down, where she, you know, wouldn't go anywhere, and it wasn't just, you know, a blanket on the floor or just a comfy little cushion for her. And this is super great. It has a handle, so it carries around the house really easily, and can go with us wherever I need to just, you know, plop her down for a second. And yeah, I absolutely love it. I do normally put like a nice cushy blanket on it just to add a little extra plush, and kind of I can, you know, fold it over her on the colder days, and she absolutely loves it. She'll hang out in here while, like I said, while I make my breakfast and empty the dishwasher every day, and I, you know, put a couple of toys in there with her and she plays around. It also does a nice job of kind of holding the toys up next to her. Obviously now she is 3 months, she's not a newborn, so when they're newborn they don't really play with toys. But yeah, we're still using this out of the newborn stage, so I definitely also looked for products that would kind of last me and would kind of grow with the baby as they got older, so that's definitely a selling point for me. But anyways, yeah, when it was a newborn, it was just a nice place to, you know, set her down and kind of get her all cozied up. And I wouldn't have to worry about just, you know, setting her on the floor or something. She had a nice, comfy little cozy cushion to lie in. Okay, so this product is actually more for mama than it is for baby, but this is a silicone breast pump. And the most popular version of this is the Haka silicone pump, but this version that I found on Amazon is quite a bit cheaper and honestly, in my opinion, exactly the same. I can't imagine, although I haven't obviously tried the Haka brand breast pump, I can't imagine it's any different than this. This, I think it's like the Bumblebee or something. Again, I'll leave all these products linked in the description box, and they're also linked to my Amazon storefront. But yeah, I got this off Amazon. It was like $13. It came with a whole little kit, like a cap and a little stopper and a travel bag. And yeah, I super loved this. So what this is used for is to put on the opposite side when you're feeding. So the baby will be eating off the left side, and you can attach this on the right and it will catch the letdown. And this is how I built my entire freezer stash in the beginning. So over the course of the day, I would, you know, use it whenever I fed her, and I'd get, you know, an ounce or so each time I fed her. And by the end of the day, I would have a good, you know, 3-ounce bottle or something like that, depending on how many times I used it throughout the day. And yeah, I just felt super nice, and I didn't have to worry about actually pumping in that early stage, because everything, obviously I'm a first time mom, everything was so new, and I just didn't want to have to worry about thinking about pumping and figuring that out and a whole, you know, another thing to do. So this was great. It was a nice, super easy, simple way to build up my freezer stash in the beginning, and also just not waste all of that letdown when your milk supply before it has regulated, because the letdown, in my experience at least, was quite a bit larger in the newborn stage before it really, you know, evened out and regulated to what my baby needed. And so yeah, it was, like I said, super easy way to build up my freezer stash. We also swaddled from day one, and we use this Love to Dream Swaddle Up, and I will never use another swaddle. I love this swaddle. From the moment Stella was born, it was really obvious that she liked laying with her hands up. Whenever she wasn't swaddled up in the hospital, she would just kind of lay in this position with her arms up by her head. And even before I had her, I had planned on trying to, you know, use this, because it just seems like such a more natural position for a baby to sleep in like this, rather than having their arms kind of straight jacketed down to their sides like other swaddles. It doesn't seem natural or comfortable to me. And so as soon as I saw this, I'm pretty sure Haley Page was the first person to introduce this to me way back when she had Annabelle, and I just thought it was such a great design. It also has a nice open leg area, because the I think National Hip Dysplasia Association, I think that's what they're called, no longer recommends that legs be binded by swaddles. They recommend that they are free to kind of kick around, because if they're, you know, bound down, it inhibits the hips development. So this swaddle is actually approved by the Hip Dysplasia Association, which obviously is a good thing. But yeah, Stella absolutely loves this swaddle. She sleeps so good in it. She just seems so comfortable, and she kind of, you know, when she's trying to fall asleep on her own, she'll like wiggle around in it. She chews on like the little arm things, and yeah, I absolutely love this. We did try another swaddle, because in the beginning we only had one of these, and we didn't have any in the newborn size, which is what she was. So while we were waiting on getting the newborn size, we used, I think it was the Halo swaddle. It was one of the Velcro ones. And again, it had her arms down by her side. And I just never was confident that I was doing it well enough. And it always kind of like would creep up around her neck and her mouth, which made me really uncomfortable. And she didn't sleep as well. She like looked really uncomfortable. So yeah, I love this, and I will never use another swaddle. And again, it has an easy zipper, so I don't have to worry about whether, you know, I don't have to worry about being good at swaddling, because it's just a zipper. And in addition to that, it actually has a zipper at the bottom, which makes diaper changes overnight really easy. You just zip it up, pull her legs out, change her diaper, and put her back in. My baby hates being naked, hates being cold, and so the less we have to undress her overnight, the better. So yeah, don't have enough good things to say about this swaddle. Highly recommend it. Another sleep necessity in our house is the Owlet Smart Sock. So this product is quite pricey, but honestly, in my opinion, it's another one that is just worth its weight in gold. So before having a baby, I heard a lot of moms, you know, you always hear moms kind of joke about watching the baby breathe while they sleep, and just every little peep they make, you have to, you know, check on them, make sure they're okay. And I already have anxiety, and so I knew without a doubt that would be me. Every little, you know, peep out of her, I would have to, you know, get up and check on her, make sure she was breathing, watch her chest rise and fall, and I would just have gotten no sleep at all. So I knew that this was a must-have for me, and I still wasn't even confident that it would do its job, which in my opinion is providing peace of mind. But I can tell you, it is absolutely priceless. I have not once lost an ounce of sleep worrying over whether or not my baby is okay, because I basically can trust that to this little sock. So if you're unaware of what an Owlet Smart Sock is, it's basically a home pulse ox monitor, so it can track their heart rate and oxygen levels. You attach this little monitor to their foot, it's a little sock, and it comes with 3 different size socks. This is the medium size. We just moved her up a week or 2 ago. But yeah, you put this on, it has a little base station that it connects to in addition to connecting to your phone, and if their heart rate or oxygen level drops below a certain threshold, everything alarms, and you know, it'll wake you up, notify you that something's wrong, so you can check on your baby. This is the like updated version, because I'm pretty sure I think they had some, like, you know, issues of false alarms basically, and we have not had, I think we have had 1 false alarm with the Smart Sock, and I know it was a false alarm because she was nursing when it went off, and so I knew she was breathing and just fine. Other than that, we've had a few, there's an alarm notification, and then there's also a fit notification, and we have gotten more frequent fit notifications letting you know that the sock isn't properly on your, you know, baby's foot. And those are the alarms we get most frequently, but even that is like barely ever, and we just kind of have to, you know, put the sock back on and make sure it's, you know, in the right spot, and then everything's fine. So basically all of that to say is that I trust this little guy to be monitoring the baby. You can check in the app and see the oxygen levels and their heart rate levels at any given time, or you can, you know, see the whole previous night and kind of watch the progression while they were sleeping basically. Yeah, it's a great tool, and like I said, I haven't ever once worried about if my baby is okay, because if the thought ever, you know, crosses my mind, or if I hear her make a funny little sound, all I have to do is tell myself the Owlet is monitoring her. Even if it is just the sock being misplaced, it would let me know. Everything is fine, and if something wasn't, the alarm would go off basically. And so it just provides such a peace of mind that even while I'm sleeping, something is watching my baby and making sure that she is okay. It is, like I said, it's priceless. It has allowed me as a new mom to get as much sleep as I am able while, you know, baby sleeps, and so yeah, I definitely think I owe a lot of my sanity in those early days to this little guy. Highly recommend. It is pricey, but they do offer sales pretty, not frequently, but you have 9 months to, you know, while you're pregnant, so you should be able to catch a sale or 2 at some point in there. They will usually go on sale for $100 off. That's what I've seen most frequently, which brings the price down to $200. You can also get this in a bundle with their camera, which is actually, we also have their camera. And yeah, we highly recommend their products. They work so well for us. Love, love, love them. But if you are concerned about price, don't buy it full price. Wait for it to go on sale for $200. So there's my little tip for you guys. Okay, we're down to the last couple of things. Next, I have to share with you our Diaper Caddy. So this is another thing that makes those overnight feedings and diaper changes incredibly easy. I keep this along with my Boppy pillow right next to my Halo bassinet, so everything is right there. I just pull the caddy up into bed and it has everything we could possibly need during the day, or during those night changes. So we have some burp cloths in here, we have some lotion, a little nose squeezy guy, hand sanitizer, diaper rash cream, and the baby Bumco brush, which we absolutely love. Wasn't expecting to, but love this brush. We have, you know, diapers in here, we have wipes in here, and then we also have my last must-have, which is this Tilly U changing mat. And I'm going to talk more about this in a second, but yeah, I absolutely love having this caddy. Like I said, it makes those overnight changes so painless. You just pull this whole thing in there and it has everything you could possibly need. It also works really well because we have a 2-floor house plus a basement, so 3 floors total. And so it's really easy to just kind of pull this little changing station with you wherever you go. The nursery is on the top floor, so that's where her actual changing pad is, but having kind of an additional little changing station down on the first floor, especially during those early weeks where we were spending a lot of time in the living room, I could just bring this out and kind of camp out in there and have a little, you know, changing station on the first floor, so I wasn't having to go up and down a whole bunch of stairs right after giving birth. So yeah, this was so super helpful, especially in those early days, to kind of have 2 diaper changing stations in the house, 1 on each floor. So finally, my last must-have that I wanted to talk to you guys about is this Tilly U waterproof changing mat. So this is what it looks like, and as you can see, it's super thin. I have about 6 of them, and they just fold up super tiny, and I keep them all stored in my caddy. And they are machine washable and dryable, and basically I use these as a changing mat whenever I am not changing her in her nursery on her actual changing mat. They are waterproof, and so during those nighttime changes we just plop this right on our bed and change her in our bed. And like I said, we don't have to get out of bed at all during those night feedings and changes, and this is part of the reason we don't have to worry about, you know, any accidents happening on our mattress, because we know babies can be messy. So it's waterproof, it protects things, and this guy can actually hold a ton of liquid. So Stella has actually had like full-blown accidents mid-change, and not a single bit of liquid has left this changing mat. It absorbs all of it right away. It holds so much. I was very impressed. I didn't think, honestly, it would be able to hold that much. Not to be gross, but if she has like a full pee while on the mat, it soaks up the entire thing. None of it goes anywhere off the changing mat. I, you know, have changed her right on the bed with just this protecting it when she's had an accident, and yeah, I was so impressed. So highly recommend these. They're great portable little changing mats to, again, stash around your house, put in your diaper bag, wherever you need to change a diaper. These are incredible. And like I said, I have like 6 of them, so whenever they get dirty, we just pop them in the wash and pull out another one, and we're good to go. So yeah, love having these on hand. And that wraps up my newborn essentials. I hope you guys got some ideas if you are expecting, or if you know a friend who's expecting. These are my absolute ride or die, must-have, could not have lived without during those first 2 months, newborn must-haves. Like I said, all of these products will be linked down in the description box of this video, or you can always find them in my Amazon storefront. And again, I hope you liked this video and give it a thumbs up if you did. Don't forget to share it if you have a friend who is expecting and you think they might find some useful information or learn about some products that they might need for their new baby. I just really hope to help out as many mamas as I can with the products that worked for me. Also, leave me a comment with your newborn must-haves. I love making these videos kind of collaborative and adding even more, you know, information and, you know, products that you guys love in the comments below for all the future mamas who will watch this video. It's super helpful getting opinions from multiple different moms who might be in different situations, perhaps, you know, twin moms, first-time moms, veteran moms. It's great to have all those different viewpoints and the products that they love. There may be a product that I didn't hear of, you know, before, and so I'd love to get for my next baby. So yeah, leave all your newborn must-haves in the comments, and with that, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!